Samsung Wave is powerful. Its 1 GHz processor delivers advanced graphical performance and enables you to do more with your smartphone. The Wave is perfectly presented with a groundbreaking world-first Super AMOLED touchscreen display. It truly has to be seen to be believed, and we'll touch on this later. For the moment, let's take a look at what you can expect to receive with your Samsung Wave smartphone. A mains charger, a pair of earbud-style headphones with hands-free, a data cable for file transfers and file management, some handy user manuals and information booklets in the box, and the Samsung Wave smartphone. So let's take a look at the first impressions of the Samsung Wave smartphone. The display of the Wave is a 3.3-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen and is amongst the best that we've seen. Its tempered glass is strong, it's scratch resistant, features anti-blur, while the phone itself is sleek and slim at only 11mm thick. And as you'll see, it's not particularly cluttered with buttons. Along the front of the phone, you'll see a call button, a menu button, and an end call button. Along the left of the phone is a volume up and down button. Along the right is a lock button and your phone's camera button. And along the top of the phone is your 3.5mm audio for speakers or headphones and your micro USB input for charging or data transfer. So let's take a look at some of the key features of the Samsung Wave smartphone. The Samsung Wave includes TouchWiz user interface, and one of the key points of this are its customizable home screens with easy to use widgets. Many of these widgets can show real-time information such as the weather, news or sports results. So I've added 10 home screens, which is the maximum amount of home screens that you can have on the Samsung Wave, and you can have applications and information such as calendar, a quick search Google bar, most visited sites, the time, applications, a photo gallery, a diary, and much more. And in order to add and edit widgets, you simply press the widget button, press and hold an application, such as BBC iPlayer, and drag and drop. If I wish to remove that application, I simply press and hold and bring it back to where it was before. If I want to move an application, press and hold, drag across, I can move it onto a different home screen. The Samsung Wave also has an excellent feature in its notification bar, which I can bring up by touching the top of the phone, as I've just shown. And certain features of this are you can switch on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on the go, which is an excellent feature for conserving battery life. You can also switch on silent and general tone modes, and you'll see notifications appear here for things such as missed calls and text messages. And what's so good about this notification bar is that you can bring it up while you're browsing the internet, which prevents you from having to jump out of the internet browser and back to your menu whenever you want to access information. And that's the quick panel status bar. So let's take a look at the menu layout on the Samsung Wave smartphone. To access the menu, you press the central button, which brings it up like so. And the Samsung Wave has up to 9 menu screens, and on each menu screen you can see you can have a range of applications and features as shown. Each menu page can show up to 12 applications, services and features, which allows you to have over 100 on your phone at a time. They're easy to edit and move around. You simply press the edit button, press and hold on an icon, and you can drag it to the screen that you want it to appear on. The Samsung Wave also features a 5-megapixel camera with HD record and playback, full Wi-Fi connectivity, satellite navigation support, and also great features such as Social Hub, which brings together all your social communications in one place, and the Samsung Application Marketplace. So this is just an example to show off the Samsung Wave's Super AMOLED screen, and this is one of the games that comes built in with the phone called Asphalt. It's a racing game and makes use of the phone's built-in accelerometer. So to turn and steer the car, you simply tilt the screen. Now, as you can see, the Super AMOLED screen on the Samsung Wave Really shows bright, deep, intense colours, and there's great detail on the screen itself. Really clear and vibrant, and possibly one of the best that we've seen to date on a smartphone. So that's just an example of my extremely poor driving on the Super AMOLED screen on the Samsung Wave smartphone. The Samsung Wave smartphone runs on Samsung's own operating system called Bada. In summary, Bada offers customers an enhanced, more interactive experience. Features such as 3D graphics, multi-touch support, improved menu systems and customization, flash support and advanced social network integration. If we were to make a comparison to mobile phones from different manufacturers, you could perhaps look at the HTC Desire or the Sony Ericsson Xperia X10. Both are also very popular Android smartphones and are heavily centred on online connectivity. To finish, we have to remind you just how fantastic the Wave Super AMOLED display is. We were also impressed with Samsung's own Bada operating system. Expect to see a lot more of this in the future. The Samsung Wave smartphone is now available at e2safe.com.